Welcome to the Ben Daniel podcast where we're calling a spade a spade. Great to be here with you today. The final domino has officially dropped for Unrivaled after Kelsey Plum dropped out. The Unrivaled 3v3 basketball league snuck in a third wild card via trade, and today was the day that they announced their final player. Now, for those of you who aren't on Twitter, for those of you who aren't on Instagram, before I tell you, as you guys know by the thumbnail, I'm sure, Sabrina Ionescu, final player of the Unrivaled 3v3 basketball league. Unrivaled 3-on-3 league signs liberties. Sabrina Ionescu to deal. Huge name coming to the Unrivaled basketball league. Angel Reese and Sabrina Ionescu, the two most noticeable names taking part in Unrivaled. They finally have somebody they can sell to casuals, not named Angel Reese. They finally have somebody that they can sell to casuals saying, hey, you remember Sabrina? Remember her at Oregon? Hey, you remember Sabrina? Remember her at the three-point contest? Hey, you remember Sabrina? Remember her buzzer beater 3 in the WNBA finals? Yeah, you remember that person? Yeah, she's taking part in the Unrivaled as well. Now, for those of you who aren't on social media, Twitter, Instagram, so on and so forth, this is what the hints are looking like, just so you know. I know I've been doing a lot of talking. The hints, they drop hints, so on and so forth. This is the hint that Unrivaled dropped today, asking all the fans to guess, and then most people, to no surprise, guessed Sabrina Ionescu.
He's a phantom. He's a phantom.
And there it is. Based on that clip, Unrivaled says, hey, let us know in the comment section below, who do you think this is? Who do you think is the final wild card? As I was saying, when it comes to names, when it comes to notoriety in the league, these are two of the biggest names, right? You got Sabrina Ionescu, Angel Reese, both, and Kate Martin. 3 of the top 5 jersey sellers in the WNBA are in Unrivaled. 3 of the top 5 jersey sellers, top selling WNBA player merch, Angel Reese, Sabrina, Kate Martin, all 3 of them are in Unrivaled. Funny enough, Sabrina Ionescu, her team, she's playing with Brittany Griner, Marina Mabry, Katie Lou Samuelson, Satu Sabali, and Natasha Cloud. So based on how this offseason goes, she could be playing with 2 Indiana Fever players, current Fever player Katie Lou Samuelson, future Fever player Satu Sabali. Katie Lou and Satu could be getting used to getting some passes, courtesy of Sabrina Ionescu. How much did they pay her? That's the question. That is a question that I'm sure we are all dying to know. But not only us, I'm sure there are players in the league dying to know as well. How much more are you giving her than us? What's her equity stake compared to our equity stake? What's her contract compared to our contract? Remember, they say Paige is Caitlyn before Caitlyn. From my understanding, they treated Sabrina Ionescu similar-esque to how they treat Caitlin Clark. When it comes to the whole white privilege and talking about this and downplaying, that's how they did Sabrina. They bullied Sabrina off of Twitter. They bullied Sabrina off of social media. That's how the old guard treated Sabrina Ionescu. In case we all weren't aware, that's how it is. So the vitriol, to use one of L. Duncan's words, I'm sure it's gonna be there. Might be hidden a little bit better because they've had years of practice. But it's gonna be there, I'm sure. ESPN's reporting New York Liberty star Sabrina Ionescu has signed a deal with Unrivaled that puts her in a category of her own. Talk about white privilege. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. I'm joking, folks. I'm joking. That puts her in a category of her own among the women participating in the new 3-on-3 league, sources told ESPN Monday. They gave her a bag. They backed up the Brinks truck and dumped it on her desk. She couldn't say no. But does this also mean that she's definitely not taking part in the three-point contest come NBA All-Star Weekend? Is that now definitely Caitlin Clark's spot? I wouldn't see her doing Unrivaled, leaving Unrivaled, coming, taking part in the NBA, and then flying back. I wouldn't be mad at her for it if she did. That would be the smart thing to do. But how do those schedules line up? How do those schedules line up? Will she have the ability? Look at it from that side. Does this all but seal Caitlin Clark? The NBA doesn't have it. Clearly, they don't have Sabrina for the three-point contest now. Is that Caitlin Clark's? You guys let me know in the comment section below. I want to see Sabrina and Caitlin versus Clay and Steph. Clay by himself doesn't do much for me, but that's just me. Like I told you, they did Sabrina and her fans similar like they did Caitlin Clark and her fans. Just not on the scope, not on the level, because clearly she wasn't as big. But that begs the question, how are these people in the media going to behave? Are they going to stand on the nonsense that they spewed when rumors were circulating that potentially it could have been a Caitlin Clark? Remember when Front Office Sports says exclusive, Caitlin Clark could receive a Lionel Messi-like offer to play in Unrivaled Startup League, which is in a full-court press to sign her. That deal that brought Messi to MLS included part ownership and even a share of Apple TV Plus revenue. One of the Seattle Storm reporters, random fan who deemed himself a reporter. One of the Seattle Storm journalists, random fan who deemed himself a journalist. You guys remember Roberta from the Noel Quinn, Seattle Storm, Jewel Lloyd fiasco. She's the one that kept us up to date with all the updates. Remember? She said, curious how other players would feel regarding Caitlin Clark's possible deal. I know everyone will have ownership share, but not sure if that includes the media deal. Truth is, CC is not nearly close to Messi. If Unrivaled stand for fairness, then that's a big miss. Either offer all players the same contract or be transparent about why some are different than others. Can't possibly imagine how Dejanay Carrington, who was one of the main targets of racism due to her rivalry with Cece, will feel if Cece is rewarded with a seven-figure deal despite multiple players' efforts to get her to stand by them. Really hope Stewie and Fee are not taking this lightly and that they are being properly advised. That's why it's very important to choose what VC you want, venture capitalist, you want backing your startup. At the end of the day, they'll have the final say. Roberta, how are we feeling now? Now that it's a different white girl. Now that it's just a different one. How are we feeling? Is Sabrina going to get on? I appreciate the opportunity to join Unrivaled. I just want to say thank you to Cheryl Swoops. I just want to say thank you to Meeking Catchings. I just want to say thank you to Lisa Leslie. I just want to say thank you to Cynthia Cooper. I just want to say thank you to Teresa. I just want to say thank you to all the... What are we doing here? I'm asking the old guard. Do we have that same energy now that it's Sabrina and not Caitlin? You let me know in the comment section below. I appreciate all of the support. Unrivaled, finally they made a big move. Finally. They thought Cameron Brink was something. That was cool. Not really. They haven't had a major announcement since Angel Reese. Let's keep it a buck. Let's call a spade a spade. Welcome to the Banana Podcast. They haven't had a major announcement since Angel Reese. Finally, they get a top player, top 5, top 7 player in Sabrina. A player that casuals know, sports fans know. And if she's on the screen, they'll stop and check it out. First game needs to be Reese versus Ionescu. I know the schedule's already out. Next game should have been Collier, Stewart. That's just me. That's just me. Appreciate all the support. Don't forget to like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. I will so greatly appreciate it. We'll see you next time. And as always, take it easy.